Sure, Philadelphia, they have the bigger payroll, right? They have more experience. They've been to the World Series before. They're trying to get back there. But right now, it's the D-backs playing with all the confidence. And I will say this, Philly fans woke up very worried this morning that this thing could end here tonight for them.
I laugh at it. I was telling the group of guys the things that make me mad you would never even imagine. That type of stuff is kind of entertaining to me because I know that Mad Dog has a show and he's got to do his thing.
I've been wrong in Arizona from day one. If they win the next 2 days, they win the next 2 games and win this series in 7 games, I will retire on the spot.
I would love to see him quit if we won today. You know what I mean? But there's nothing better than a wise guy New Yorker saying something than having to chomp on those words. So that's how I'm processing it, and it'll be great. He's a friend of mine. I love Mad Dog, and I know that he's going to end up hearing this, and I didn't want to really get into this, but I think you just internally use it as motivation.
Yeah, guys, Chris Mad Dog Russo went on his radio show and basically said he would retire if the D-backs came to Philadelphia and won back-to-back games and punched their ticket to the World Series. Mark, that goes to exactly what you were talking about. The narrative among the national media is the D-backs don't belong here. Remember, they were the last team to make the playoffs in the National League. They only won 84 games, but yet here they are in the biggest moment, as confident as ever, 1 win away from a World Series. They belong. They hear all the noise. They're keeping receipts, and they continue to prove people wrong. That's what makes this season so special.
Cam, to show you what a sick guy I am, I was listening this morning. I was streaming some of the Philadelphia sports radio shows just to see what they were saying.
Yes.
And all the pressure is now on the Phillies. They say the Phillies have blown this series. They're unhappy with the manager for his unwillingness to shake up the lineup a little bit going into this game. They never expected to go to Game 7, which they've never, in franchise history, the Phillies have never been to a Game 7. So talk to me about pressure and what pressure does, and if you agree with me that all the pressure's on the Phillies now.
Mark, without question, it's interesting you bring up that Game 7 note. Philly's been around since the late 1800s, never played in a Game 7, more than 140 years of baseball, while the D-backs only been around since 98. This is their second Game 7 ever. We, of course, all remember what happened in that first one back in 2001. All the pressure is on Philly. And I was saying this earlier, forget house money. Forget the D-backs are, they're the more confident team right now. All the pressure is on the Phillies because they were supposed to be in this situation. They were supposed to spend all this money and automatically go to the World Series. This D-backs team has been flying under the radar the entire time, but in the biggest moments, they've stepped up. And you saw that in Game 6 where they got back to doing what they do best, running the bases, stealing the bases, timely hitting, clutch performance, and also great pitching. We'll see if they could get that done tonight. And also they're depending on a rookie who in their eyes, Brandon Pfaadt, the Game 3 starter, who in their eyes is more capable of matching up so well against this Phillies lineup. They're as confident as ever, while the Phillies, you could tell they're feeling a little bit of the pressure.
And one of the things I'm going to be watching for tonight is, and I think it's important for the D-backs, is to get on top early. They've got to score early in this game because we saw last night when the D-backs jumped out in the second inning last night, the Phillies just kind of fell apart at that point.
Yeah, Mark, definitely. I think that was the biggest key in last night in quieting this crowd. Sitting up there in the stadium, you could hear a pin drop at times because the D-backs were able to take this crowd out of the game. With all the nervous energy these folks are walking in here with, it'll be really loud at first pitch. But if the D-backs can jump on them early, this thing is going to get quiet and ugly really quickly. The D-backs, of course, getting a lead early in a game for the first time all series in Game 6. We'll see if they can replicate that again. Torey Luvollo talked about that today. That was the key in Game 6. They're going to try and do that again here in Game 7.
Well, I got to say, Torey sums it up well by just saying, we didn't come cross-country to get our bleep kicked. So there you go. Let's win tonight.
I can't wait for this game. I am so excited about this Game 7 tonight.
Yeah, guys, this should be a lot of fun. We'll have highlights and post-game reaction tonight at 10 o'clock. An unbelievable night could be in store for the D-backs who've waited a long time. Remember, they lost 100-plus games 2 years ago. Now this team, a lot of the same guys, 1 win away from the World Series.
Incredible run. All right. Cam, thank you so much. Have fun tonight.